Hello, everyone. This is Sheldon Alt with CropX Crop Metrics. I get a lot of questions this time of year about how to properly manage irrigation on corn, especially through the R stages. So we're going to talk about that real quick. It's be a pretty short video, but hopefully I'll give you some insight to irrigation management through the R stages of corn. So here's a quick look at the life cycle of a corn crop, starting with the emergence all the way through R6 or physiological maturity. And a lot of people want to talk about tassel and the tasseling time with regards to yield loss and how important that is with regards to water management. But today we're going to focus specifically on the R stages or the reproductive stages of the corn crop. The reproductive stages begins with a successful pollination of that kernel, of that cob to initiate kernel development. And that lasts for about, 60, 70 days, kind of depending where you are. And during this grain fill period, it is extremely important that crop has sufficient water. Because in this period of R stages, the main goal of that crop is to put 100% focus on putting matter into those kernels, and even sometimes at the expense of the health of the rest of the plant. So if you want to have some good standing stalks to harvest at the end of the year, if your plant was going through stress during some of these R stages, that can lead to poor stock quality, and which could lead to falling over or even lodging of the corn crop. So it's extremely important to continue proper water management through these R stages. Here's a quick look at the corn water use through all of the stages. And again, a lot of people want to focus on that tassel time right here where water is peak use. That is correct. But we still have a long way to go through these R stages here. And that's why it's really important not to give up on your crop here and to really finish it out strong, because there can be a lot of yield loss that can happen here in this later area as well. And that's depicted here by Mississippi State graph as well. Couple days of stress, you can start losing 5-6% yield very easily if that crop goes through stress. So it's very important to keep management through that. And just for everyone to know, the R stages start with the silking of the crop. Then the ear goes through a blister stage where the kernels actually start to form. Then we move into the milk stage, dough stage, dent, and then physiological maturity at R6. So currently where we're sitting in Northwest Indiana right now, we are in the milk stage. We actually had a pretty good tassel period, pretty good pollination. We did receive a little bit of heat. It might have dinged us a little bit. And I'm going to talk about some of the heavy rains we got just a little bit later as well. But we're currently sitting right now at the milk stage. So here's a few pictures of what the milk stage looks like, all the way from outside before you peel the husks back. Has that nice green look to it, and the silks are kind of brown and maybe even a little stiff. So it's really important for you as producers to understand what stage your crop is at. And here's a couple graphics to help you understand that as well. An easy way to identify the milk stage is, this is where a lot of us eat sweet corn, right? It's that really nice sweet juice. So if you pick a piece of field corn here and you can pop some of those kernels and use your thumb to kind of pop them, and if it looks like it would be good sweet corn to eat, then you're definitely in that milk stage. So looking at, I was at one of these fields yesterday, and I pulled up to where one field where we have our soil moisture sensor in, and I pulled up the app and I looked for the current water use, And that's depicted by this stepping that we see here on this graph. So the downward step is the daytime drinking of that plant, and the horizontal is the nighttime rest. So we're actually monitoring daytime water use and nighttime resting of that crop. And right now we're sitting right at about 0.18, maybe just a little over average daily use, which equates to about, inch and a quarter water per week, which matches with that earlier graph very, very, very close. Something else here, a very interesting find that I'm seeing is we still are developing roots down deep, which is extremely important. This was really shocking to me. This is the 30-inch sensor here, and we start to see that stepping move down lower, and that's in early August. That's just very, very interesting to me. Now, we have not received any significant rain since about like the 25th of July, so this crop is still going deeper and deeper and looking for water. And why is that so important? Well, it's so important because late June in Northwest Indiana, we received almost 7 inches of rain through a weekend and maybe like 5 days here. And you know what? We lost a lot of N. We lost a lot of N through leaching on that. So proper irrigation management early in the season can help pay off for getting those roots down deeper and to capture some of that nitrogen here late in the season when the corn crop is really kind of wanting an extra boost to help fill those kernels with that dry matter like I was talking about earlier. So just because we're past tassel here and we're in the early R stages, don't give up on your crop. If you have a soil moisture sensor, make sure you're using it properly to monitor just how much water is being used on a daily level, and then making sure you're triggering irrigations properly. We'll have another short video coming up on how to kind of start winding your crop down, but don't give up on your crop yet. There's still a lot of potential out there, and you need to finish strong. So thanks. I hope you enjoyed this short video. If you have any questions or comments, don't hesitate to reach out to us. Do appreciate it. Have a wonderful day. Stay safe.